screen, or is it windowed forever? Or does it just have me select my language first and then I can go into the options? Content warning! It's a whole different game. There is. Ah, I see. I see, I see. So do I sound loud enough or do I sound quiet? I don't know idea what's going on. Microphone is giving some weird vibes. Maybe my headphones? No, I just sound quieter than normal. Huh. Interesting. Think you're good volume wise? No, I'm doing alright, Leaf. I'm tired. I spent like I think the entire stream yesterday was in VR, so my arms are sore. I did in VR Granblue Fantasy. I had I had like a window of Granblue Fantasy pulled up in VR while I was playing games. It was awful. It was also really fun. I don't think I lost any of my matches either. I have to click buttons here. This is a love story. Only a fresh perspective and new beginnings. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions. For hearts you may find in this dark space, have heart and see them through. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. How do I get out of here? Return. Preferences? There we go. Okay, full screen, Alt Tab. Okay, so this is the audio still. Yeah, to show us this transition. Quick. Is there anything on here, Goofus, that like is should be more that I should like turn on or off or like change? Because I have no idea. Why did I read it from the bottom to the top? Because from the top to the bottom, bottom to top, I stopped. But the words I forgot. You want to click through each line or let them play themselves? I want to click through each line. I probably let them play through by themselves, because like I'll get too distracted if I have to sit there and click the lines. I just kind of want the game to flow freely. You know what I mean? I don't have to keep like stopping and then going, and stopping and then going. Not read, my son. Ah! The second one is I'd auto turn forward down to nearly nothing. Auto turn forward. Auto turn forward? Oh. To nearly nothing. I'll put it at the U. Case. Less pause between lines. The second one I turned auto turn forward down to nearly nothing. You want to click this. Less pause between lines. Nice. That's convenient. Just be on or off. What about thinking? What is CTC? Good. Everything seems good. Mute everything. It'll be a completely silent stream. Do I need a controller for this? Do I play this hack and slash game with a controller? You know, this is a hack and slash game, right? That's what you told me. Alright, we'll figure this out. It says return, right? Alright, because I can't continue. There is no such thing as a load game. Game. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Seal. Wait, that says princess. Never mind. Sorry, buddy.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Cool. Well, what did I click on? Oh god, there's so many options. Turn around and leave? Sweet! I've always wanted to offer Monarch. Viva the resolution. Revolution? I said resolution. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Consider that maybe I'm okay with the world ending. Forget this, I'm not doing this. Can't someone else do this? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, doesn't it? You ever consider that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
He's being pushy, I don't like that. Forgot to turn on the auto advance click. Yeah.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
You know who else is dangerous? Legendary Pokemon, but they're not locked up.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
World, what are you talking about? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this for this? I'm not doing that. Maybe consider that maybe I'm okay with the world ending.
Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
If you say so.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
I still didn't. Sweet! I've always wanted to offer Monarch. Viva la revolution! Yeah, I'm just gonna. What if I turn around and leave?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Okay, fine, you're persistent. I'll go to the cabin and I'll slay the princess. Ugh! Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't. I guess we'll see. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope, the only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin, I'm not going to the cabin. Like I said, I'm pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own and quietly continue down the path of... Okay, what if I, like... Okay, we'll go to the cabin. We'll just do the cabin thingy thing. Got a phone call I'm making 3 hours.
You make your way up the short path to the
11:30.
cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further.
You want to hop on call, Goofus? It'd be silly calling you Goofus the entire time. Not gonna lie. Yeah, we can. I don't mind. This is the game that you are inherently known for. Wait, where are we going for this This Discord rendezvous. I have to sneeze. I'll call you whenever you're ready. Hello?
Howdy.
Hello. How are you?
I certainly am.
You certainly am. Can you hear yourself okay, or is that not a thing?
Yeah, I can hear myself on stream, which is going to be very strange.
Unfortunate.
I can turn it down. It's fine.
True, you can. So this is your game. This is the game you specialize
Yes.
in overall. Like, I don't know anybody else who's more obsessed with this game than you are.
That's because there is no one else.
You want me to put a
I
little
am the most
PNG of you on
obsessed.
screen?
Sure, why not? I'll
Alright.
send you something real quick.
Send me one.
Where the fuck do I keep my PNG tuber? Not there. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay. WITH at OOFUS.
Huh? What the hell did you just spell?
DOOFUS.
Goofish? Me?
Yeah. Look at the stream title.
Wow, that's me!
That is you. Did you know that I physically held Goofus T Files' hands?
Wow. Despite my apparent lack of hands.
Yep. Well, you don't have them because I have them.
Yeah, you stole my fucking hands.
Yeah, this is very true.
Can't believe you.
I can.
I have no idea where I keep my files for this. Why is that there?
Mm-hmm. I don't think I have any images of your stuff, or I would use one, but... Hey, use a picture of your dog.
I can find it.
Hmm?
Just need to open location. Open. Okay. I guess I will need to launch. I need to launch my whole PNG Tuber software,
Hmm.
which is some bigger software, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Open the folder, please. Oh, it's because OBS isn't up, man.
Because OBS isn't open? Oh, man.
Everything is difficult.
Everything is broken. And it's your fault, Goofus.
What?
You did it. You broke my stream. You broke your OBS. You broke the hearts of millions when they found out you didn't have a body.
It all again.
Again?
Did it work then? It worked? No. Okay. That folder. That folder? That folder? Okay, cool. Here's an image of my creepy ass.
Burrito burrito. Idle 1.
Yep.
Do you have an image of you speaking?
Would you like one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Whoa.
see if I can find that folder again.
Big clown Jester Man. Jester Manchester.
Ouch. Wait. Okay, I found it without having to do the convoluted way this time. That is the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
There we are. And I'll give you talk to, so that every time I speak, I will lean my head slightly to the left.
Understandable.
Yippee. Yay! Alright, get out of here, OBS.
Save image. Talk to image reaction. This one. Wow.
Also, you should be able to like pause the game and go turn on text auto advance.
I should, shouldn't I?
Yeah, it's just escape.
Gotcha.
Bring up most of the same menu options and stuff.
I heard you'd like to be placed on the screen.
Where you got me in the top right is fine.
Cool.
Do you got filters to turn us black and white?
Do I have filters to turn us black and white?
Oh,
I
that'd be
could,
a little too
I
much
could
effort.
100% do that. It wouldn't even be a filter. I
Alright.
could just go into my camera settings and do mine.
Oh. It's up to you. It's your stream.
And filters. That would be. What would that be? Color correction, chroma key? No, I would just color correction and then
Color
turn your
correction. Yeah,
saturation
color
all the way down,
correction.
right?
Not quite all the way down. Pretty damn close to all the way down. Because there is a touch of color in this game, just barely.
I'll throw it at 1, maybe 2.
Make it 1.
Pick a 1. Like, where's 1 at on here? Holy crap! What? This is 1. 1 is like irregular.
Oh, okay.
So 0.50. We'll do
I
0.50 question mark. That look good.
I got stream delay. 0.25.
25.
Yeah.
That look good. It actually, yeah.
Wait, 0.25 was brighter? Okay, go the other way.
Wait, I don't. Yeah, what the fuck is with this shit? Oh wait, what the hell? Used.
Don't you just love technology?
Alright, we'll do 75 then. 0.75.
Hell yeah.
There we go.
Perfect.
Perfect. I'm also just black and white. Oh. Alright, you said I could just pause the game and then like.
Yeah, just escape. But you didn't have little menu options at the top left of the screen, did you?
I do. They're up here. They're behind my camera.
Okay.
Did I get rid of
I
those?
can't fucking see them, but you could.
I
But they're
could.
also useful at times. Like if you accidentally miss a line, there's that little book will show you a history.
Okay, March 10th, and then go to main menu. Yes. You said.
And then well, you can go. You could go.
references?
Damn. Stream lag. Yeah, preferences works. And just
then-
where is it? Auto advanced text. Very bottom right, on off, thingy.
Ah.
Yeah.
You missed that last time.
A
Continue.
warning before you go any further.
I missed it
She
too.
will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking
Oh
about.
my god.
Proceed into the cabin is the only option I have.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Doesn't look very pristine. Explore,
judge the
take the blade, enter the basement. I'm judging the blade. I mean, the door looks better than the blade does. Look at that. That's a crisp looking door.
Perhaps true.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
If you say so. slay her with my
The
charismatic
door to the
charm.
basement creaks open,
Hey, yo.
revealing
Here,
a
put 'em on.
staircase faintly illuminated
off.
by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels
God, I
heavy
can
and
only
damp,
imagine what
a hint
Johnny
of
Bravo
rot
must be
filtering
doing.
from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She
That was not the
sounds
voice I was expecting.
Dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi! Just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Continues down the steps.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Yippee!
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
I'm just being honest.
Honesty is the best policy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, real quick,
Mm-hmm.
I just realized I had you place my face over top the menu options and your face over top of where her words go most of the time.
So what we'll do is
Make me small in the bottom right. But
be small on the bottom right.
what's your plan? Oh, there's two of you. Make me one of the menu icons in the top left. Yes, perfect.
That's funny.
Oh, I love that.
All right. There's a way you'd ever think that? Yeah, it was a joke. I haven't really
How
decided
about
yet.
you drop the knife, and the two of us just talk.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
That should be your
Against your
follow
better judgment,
notification.
You
Thank
step
you.
forward to speak with the princess face
Yo.
to face.
That's not a bad idea.
Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming? Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? Here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there. You think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? What's your name? I'll get you down here. You have to know why I'm here to kill you.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Like, trying to be careful not to say too much. I don't want to influence your decisions.
It's very
Ending
true.
the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
A relationship? Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? What's your name? How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her. She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
I like that coming out of me when it's a little weird.
Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
I don't want to click this one. That's
You don't have to.
That's so awkward.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
What's the plan?
What is the plan? Do I do the objective of the game instantly and then, you know, go for round 2, or do I just go with the flow of things, or do I just, you know, do my own thing?
It is up to you.
Let's do this one.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Hmm. Hmm.
What are you feeling? What are you thinking?
Realistically, me as a person, I want to let her out. But I want to know what happens if I keep her locked in the basement. I want to let her out.
Oh, for the love of...
Good. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Hmm. Lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find you something to break it free, or... And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here? I guess I'll go look for the key upstairs.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
No.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
And I
I'll
figured that was
repeat
gonna
myself
happen.
once again. You're here to slay the princess,
Worth a
and
try.
you won't leave until the task
Worth
is
a try,
done.
yes.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Ugh.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Okay, we ball.
Against
Fuck
your
it, we
better
ball.
judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Oregon.
You cut into her flesh.
Don't be looking at me with them big old eyes.
And you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just
What
let
the
her
fuck?
escape
The
into
stakes
the
are too
world.
high. What the fuck have the cows been smoking?
I just can't let her escape
God
into
damn
the
it.
world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Ooh. Wait, what? Warn her. Wow, it's a good thing I scrolled down, huh?
Yeah.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
this? See, you gotta scroll down. There's other
Blade.
options.
Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
I'm dead.
She steps forward and pries the blade.
What
from
the
her rigid
hell?
hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
How do you feel so far?
That wasn't a
You're on
human
path
hand. I'm not
to the
human.
woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Hee hee.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I've already pretty much grasped what explore means, yeah?
Oh, I think so. Getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. But I died. What am I doing here? Okay, no? Wait, hasn't this happened already?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago. Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting.
Delusional.
But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all. Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything just like I told you she would? What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul. Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are. You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
The princess left the cabin and got mauled by a bear like instantly.
Fuck though. All for
Just be
nothing.
quick about
Killed by a
it.
bear.
Right?
Roll credits.
The reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. All she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to end the world? Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets.
My pockets.
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence,"
Oh,
written
the
across the
evidence.
front. Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth." That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side. You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to? Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
I locked in the way. Why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me? Being, was it Seiji?
Agey, yeah.
Look,
I can
not
already
supposed to
assume
say
I'm
this,
not human.
but
I've seen my hands.
it's because you're special. You're the only person
Do you have
capable
any
of
idea
doing
what
this.
you are?
Call it a prophecy.
Maybe like
if that
a
helps.
goblin or something?
It's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Yes, right. We're here because we're special. Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin. I've told you everything you need to know.
My thought
Going into
process
more
on it
detail
now is
just
because I'm like some kind of
overcomplicate
goblin or
otherwise
imp
very
creature,
simple situation,
and that
make
she's
your
going to
job more
destroy the
difficult.
world, and that I'm the
Not
hero.
to sound like a broken record, but the
What if
less
like
you know
the world
about
I'm
her,
is
the
inherently
better things
evil,
will go
but
for
I'm the
all
hero
of us.
because
I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to trust me here.
the world is evil, but I'm the hero in their world because, you know, I don't know.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the
Interesting.
whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
So like, think of it like
Oh,
Bowser
warning,
kidnaps Princess
Before
Peach,
you go any further, she will lie, she will cheat,
and a
she will do
Goomba
everything in
or
her
a
power to
Koopa
stop
goes in
you
there to
from
kill
slaying her.
Princess Peach. Because if
Don't
she's
believe
set
a
free,
word she
she's going to
says.
put an end to the Koopa
Yes, don't believe a
Kingdom.
word she says. Just
Be the
go
hero
in,
of the
take
Koopa
the
Kingdom,
knife,
but
and
the
do
Koopa
what
Kingdom
you're
is inherently
supposed
evil.
to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Wink.
Wink. Wink wonk.
What do you think about these voices in your head?
The
The
voices
interior
inside
of the
my head
cabin
are
is less a
taking
cozy woodland
over.
retreat
They're
and
trying to
more like
tell
a
me my
dungeon.
life is in
A few
danger.
pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if
That
you want to
wasn't
do
bolted
this
to the
right.
floor before.
The whole cabin is different.
It's different. This one's not made out of wood. It looks like it's made out of stone. And that door is less appealing than the other door. There's a window or a mirror.
Mirror, yes.
The whole cabin is different than last time. Approach the mirror. Maybe I just approached the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand
Like
against the
cobalt
cabin
or something?
wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Whatever you are, you're freaky looking. At least your hand is.
My hand is everything. My
Yes, but
hand
why?
is just like
Did he
imp
change
mode,
it?
dragon,
Or
goblin
did it
mode, or
change on
whatever,
the
and the rest of
inside?
my body's just completely fine.
Maybe it's a different cabin entirely. Now, isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
Lock in.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
You would say some shit like
You
that,
should.
voice of the
She
skeptic.
killed us with it last time. What if she turns it against us again? Yes, I'm sure, and I've already got a plan for that. Still with those past life delusions, are we? I hope part of that plan is don't give the world any monstrosity your only weapon, because unless you've decided to arm the princess, I don't think you need to worry about her having a weapon. Peachy, we'll be fine. Okay, I'm trusting you.
You did disarm herself last time around too, but don't crash.
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go. Wonderful. You do exactly that, sweeping the blade from the table before proceeding to the basement. Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on.
Yippee!
Yay, knife!
Down the
The door to the
steps.
basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Oh, you
Her
dancing.
voice, harsh but
Use
controlled,
the
carries
flames were
up the
dancing
stairs.
across the slimy
Is
moss.
that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
What up, girl? Long time no see. Oh,
You
that's
walk
different.
down the stairs and lock
He's
eyes
extra
with the
chained up.
princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves.
Also looks shorter.
The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her
Maybe
hands
more
in
well
her
fed?
lap.
Or maybe her
So
hair's
much for
different?
cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless. That was there last time too, wasn't it? It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her here. Leave the princess in the basement. I'm assuming if I go up to the basement, the door is just going to close on me again. So I'll sit down with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
This one looks less sleep deprived.
Less, really?
You do as she asks and sit on the floor,
Yeah.
still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
My intentions? What do you mean? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened after I died last time? The chain on the wall. Who is it for? What would you have me do? I think I'm just going to leave you here, actually. You're not much of a threat to anyone locked up like that. Bye. Or slay the princess.
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Realistically, I don't want to inspect the shackles in case something happens to me. My intentions are what do you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Well, the same options from last time.
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But
Oh.
yeah, I remember.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles. I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
Oh.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Stop daydreaming. Come on, man.
Man.
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And
Oh,
now
so this is
you're
the
back.
exact same princess.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't. Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Now, giving you my weapon, you realize that I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to distrust me, right? Giving you a weapon in case you've forgotten you killed me last time. Cut you out of here and not giving you a weapon. Huh? I'm gonna leave. I'm going to be the one with the weapons. Deal with it. I think I'm just going to have to leave you here, actually. You're not much of a threat to anyone locked up. I'm just gonna get my closed in again.
I did.
Where are your thoughts right now?
So I guess this all
But
comes
I'm
down to
gonna
which of us
talk to her.
caves first. And it's not going to be me. I'm extremely patient.
It's probably better if we take action
Maybe you
anyway.
mean mental
No
patient?
use trying to wait her out.
But
That's playing to her strengths.
rude.
That she's patient. Like, well, kind of patient, like a mental patient, or
But sure, let's talk about what happened. Because what happened is exactly my issue. The last time we met, your body tried to kill me. If you take a moment to imagine yourself in my position, I think you'll understand why letting you near me with that thing is untenable. So, be a good bird and hand it over.
bird.
And if being nice isn't
Am I a
enough
heartbeat?
motivation, well, I think you're aware that I'm not afraid to resort to violence. If you come near me with that thing,
Am I
I
a
will
Taukaka?
strangle you with these chains.
Or I forgot what this is
She
called.
doesn't beat around the bush, does she? Yes, it's almost like she's a
Kenku?
fundamentally bad person who
bird
wishes
people
to
from
inflict
D&D.
pain on others.
I think that's Kenku.
Or
Thank
it's
you.
another
How's
bluff.
it?
Well,
No
no,
hard
there's two.
feelings, of
There's two
course.
types. Never mind.
But you should be aware of my position.
Arakokra is the
Our
other bird.
cockroach, the other one.
D&D
Yeah.
bird person.
There we go. Is the movie negotiating and see.
Do you trust her?
I mean, I don't trust anybody in this scenario. That does it. I feel like not even the skeptical voice in my head is trustworthy. I don't even trust myself.
So what's the plan?
I'm just gonna give her the knife.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right?
I've already tried to take over, buddy.
Exactly.
If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No! Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh.
So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you, dead. Congratulations, you saved the world.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
What's your thoughts?
Well, we've seen the last scenario. She just cut off her hand, didn't do anything, and just kind of left. My assumption is that she just literally can't die. He is immortal. But there's more to it. That's the adventure. Guess we'll just... yeah, I don't know. I don't want to touch the dead body. We're gonna leave.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here.
The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door.
Open the door and accept my reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it. Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Like hell it is.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No, this is the beginning of eternity. Your reward, like I just told you. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
Hmm. I'm not happy with the outcome.
We still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
The emptiness will haunt you. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
You
Oh,
goddamn spiteful
in-
bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
I don't have to answer that.
That's all we needed to hear.
You raise the blade, then drive it into your heart. You
Youch.
collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Yippee!
We'll see about that.
We did it!
You've died twice now!
Hell yeah.
You're on a path in the wood. Chains everywhere. This is different. This is new. It's worse, is what it is.
We're finally starting to see reality for what it is. This place is a prison, and she's not the only inmate.
You're acting like reality is this static thing. But this world is constantly changing around us. How can you be so sure that you aren't breathing the prison into existence? That by feeling the walls closing in on you, that's exactly what they do.
What a crock of pretentious bullshit. Reality is as solid as the ground beneath our feet. And if we just examine it, if we apply enough scientific rigor, if we think hard enough, we'll find a way out of here for good. Don't you see? We're already making progress. And what if looking at it is enough to make it change? Where does that leave us?
It leaves you exactly where you are right now, and presumably exactly where you've been before. I'll spare you my full introduction, since you've clearly already heard it at least once, but I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities, and not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
We talk about how we still have the blade. We never started with the blade before. You sure you even need to slay her? What?
What are your thoughts?
What are my
What
thoughts?
do you think? Yeah.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Oh.
No way out though.
There was another question I wanted to ask you, but I forgot what it was.
Ooh.
No, it wasn't a question, it was a statement.
Oh.
You've actually managed to get one of the roots from the Pristine Cut, the expansion.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this is like DLC stuff.
Kind. I find it hard to call it DLC. More
Expansion stuff.
Yeah, expansion.
Huh.
Guessing it was it her cutting her head off that led to this?
Holding it's starting to feel
I will answer no
natural,
questions.
isn't it?
Of course it feels natural. We've had it with us every time. We've made it part of us. Don't be weird. It's just a tool, not some mystical object. Though starting with it feels like an indication that we're on the right track.
He said, "Don't be weird.
This is strange. You're not supposed to
Just
start
don't be weird.
with the blade.
Don't be
It
weird."
says right here that you're supposed to find it at the cabin. Oh well, I suppose that doesn't make much sense anyway.
You know what that
It's
means?
better if you start with a
2
weapon,
blades.
so this is probably for the best.
I've never had 2 blades before.
Hey, Bill.
She what? Why would she ever do that? She's not supposed to be suicidal. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. More importantly, if she did cut her own head off, why are you here? You shouldn't have died. You should be enjoying your reward.
Bro, my rewards sucked.
Obviously. You were insisting that we were happy, but we knew we weren't. We could see right through you. Yeah, what he said. We weren't about to be stuck somewhere being fed non-stop bullshit forever. We
Bull
want
poo-poo.
answers. We weren't gonna find them in your fake little paradise.
There are no answers to find. If she was dead, then that was it. That was the solution. All you managed to do was reset the board, and you put the pieces back all wrong while you were at it. This is probably worse for you, if I had to guess.
Ha! So there is a board.
Well, what's done is done, and you're here now. There's no use arguing. Just get to the cabin and settle this. Try not to kill yourself this time.
I want answers and I want them now.
Two plus two is 4. That's your
Let's
answer.
go see her. See the princess. Let's go see what she looks like
You
this
stand
time.
at the edge
Wow.
of a cliff. An abyss yawns beneath you.
No, I'm
empty
more
and
tempted to just go
endless.
home now because
The only path forward, a rusted metal
there's a bridge. And I don't want to cross no
The
bridge that
cabin
looks like that.
looms
That's
on its
fucking
far
crazy.
side.
I don't
think
blame
you
you.
already know what waits for you within.
It's like the world itself doesn't want us to reach her. There's nothing to find out here. Time to check in with the missus.
I'm going to pretend you didn't just call her that.
Mao? Time to check in with the
Every surface
missus.
of the
Oh, there's just a
cabin is
mirror here.
draped in chains. The air filled with the mock birdsong of
Oh
metallic
boy, the mirror.
clinks. Where there should be walls, you can see only endless ropes of metal, with hooks dangling from their ends. A fitting cage for a monster destined to end the world. There's nothing for you to do but step forward into the basement. You already have your weapon. Your objective awaits.
Huh. That mirror's back again. Why?
What mirror? There is no mirror. The only thing of note here is the door to the basement.
It clearly serves some purpose, but what? Is there something about us we're supposed to see? Can it be a tool of some kind? Or is it a distraction? Something meant to confuse us?
Can we please stop talking about the mirror? I'd rather not spend more time in this room than I have to. It's creepy.
Approach the mirror because that's the only thing I
You
can
step out
do.
onto the floor.
It is a
Or
creepy ass
what
room, isn't
should
it?
have been
Oh, yeah.
a floor. Should have been.
Better not be rusty
Yes,
chains because you get a
unfortunately,
scratch, you get
realised too
tetanus,
late
and you're
that
done.
There is no floor beneath the metal.
They don't have tetanus shots
There is
back in
only
the
a
day.
loose web of chains suspended over some unseen space. An unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through.
Is there a hole in the floor?
Nothing's solid here, is it?
Floor
It's
is just
a
chains.
shifting mass
Mm.
waiting for us to drop our guard.
Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as rusty chains pull taut against
Oh,
your
they are
skin,
rusty. Look, there
their
goes
hooks
tetanus.
digging into
Yeah,
your
I
muscle.
was gonna say about that.
You find yourself suspended in what appears to be a vast, dark space.
Wait
the
a
glinting
minute.
of yet more
My hands
chains
look
merely
normal.
hinting at its full dimensions. You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. As your eyes adjust to your new surroundings, you make out a figure standing in the gloom, obscured in shadow. She watches you with the stillness of the grave.
Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
Are you mad at me? Oh, it's a great first question.
Are you mad at me?
You're mad at me.
Right pointing emoji, left pointing emoji.
Why the hell did you cut off her head?
But you are met with only silence, save for the creaks and groans of metal as it sways in the stale air around you. The hooks slowly shift in your skin, the pain coming in waves as you continue to dangle helplessly.
What if the chains don't have to be real? What if they aren't real? They feel plenty real to me. Yeah, it would be nice if we could just tell ourselves the chains aren't lodged in all our joints and they'd magically go away, but I'm afraid that's wishful thinking. Well, maybe wishful thinking is what we need. Maybe they're real, but maybe we can cut through them.
It's worth a try.
Hmm.
The princess takes a slow step forward. As she does so, the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper.
Playing with
Stars
the parallax,
dance
I
in
see.
your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you. As your vision comes back into focus, your eyes fall on the body of the princess, finally emerged from the shadows.
Oh, her head's gone.
The body of
In a
the
cage.
princess is a weird way to describe a person. It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage. The head stares up at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
You cut off your own. You cut off your own head off last time. You can't be mad at me about that.
Mad at you? I'm not mad at you. I know you didn't have anything to do with that. Not outside of your designated role, of course.
The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know? I'm just a set of eyes and ears. I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
I don't want to die like this. I don't want to die like this. Somebody do something before she kills us. Please. We're stuck here. What are any of us supposed to do? Reason with her? I don't think she's acting rationally. I think she's lost it.
This was all doomed from the start, wasn't it?
I know this is my
She did
fault.
say she was very patient.
Yes. This is my fault. I haven't done anything to you except give you my weapon twice. Talking about your body as if it's a separate person. It's you. What do you mean? You're just a washer. You cut your own head off last time. You made the decision. You've made choices and you've never stopped. You're choosing violence right now. Drop the blade. Play nothing?
Say nothing.
Oh, say nothing. Oh, there we go.
Sequel to the game Slay the Nothing.
Play the nothing out.
That's what I used to think. But time alone has taught me the truth. I'm not my body. I'm just the thing that watches it. There's so much pain that comes from tricking yourself into thinking you have a choice. but none of us have choices. And knowing that has made me feel so free. Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
You come to me, knife in hand.
The body steps forward. The pressure on your limbs is becoming unbearable.
I don't have a knife in my hand.
Give me your implement.
Left hand.
The pressure is
Oh, there it
too
goes.
much. Your fist unfolds as your joints swell with trapped blood, and your pristine blade tumbles helplessly to the ground.
I cut myself free.
She's not insane, is she? No, she's just right. It's all been the same. The whole time, it's all been the same. We never had a say.
Take a look inside. It's her head in a cage. Telling me up to fail. I can't make real choices strung up like this, and you're refusing to make any choices at all. Us choosing the same moves every time we play isn't an indictment of anyone's free will.
Indictment.
Indictment? This is indictment.
Words are spelled weird and pronounced differently. The English language is a clown show.
Oh. Players have thrown away a knife in the woods, but I want woods if I wanted to, but I chose to come here with it. What was I supposed to have done? Did anyone want me to carry your severed head out of the cabin with me? Thought you were dead.
That is what I wanted, but you didn't do it.
Oh.
And I don't think you could have done it. The walls are what the walls are. So give in with me. None of this is up to us.
She steps forward yet again, and the chains dig into you, your nerves screaming, your heart pounding, your lungs desperate for air.
I don't think we can hold on to you much longer.
How many times will we have to do this? I'm tired.
This is all getting so predictable, isn't it? Pop.
Unvoiced words.
Yes. To defend yourself, unable to even look around as the princess body steps. Ah!
And now, the cut.
Would you like me to read it?
See?
Just reading it
You
silently
only ever
now.
thought you were in control.
I gotcha. Okay.
Isn't it so much nicer to let go?
If you love me, you let me go.
So no head.
Wait, yeah, she has no head. I have no head probably now too.
Hee.
You didn't cut yourself free. My buddy is still one with the knife. Doesn't that mean this is different? Doesn't that mean I broke your pattern? Isn't nicer I'm a severed head? I thought we would be the end of me. So bad.
I told you. It really isn't. And now nothing's stopping you from enjoying the show.
Oh.
Look at us go. Aren't we beautiful? It's all going to come to a head soon.
Uh-huh.
Head. I guess I'll see you next time. It's cold, but that's always been us, hasn't it? Cold isn't bad.
Ooh. Wow. And she's gone.
Bye-bye.
I did not get the chance to respawn. Oh, say nothing.
Something has ripped her from you, and it's left something else in her place.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. It's you!
It's you!
You are alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. What? You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you is kind of a rude question.
Perhaps. You have a lot of options.
There are.
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Were you always a part of the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Yes. The end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
You know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
You know of the worlds beyond this place.
I know only that they are.
Okay. We know each other.
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Witness me! You wouldn't send me to slay the princess?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Oh, I want to be free!
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt. Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is a body that convinced herself she was only a set of eyes. She will make for a watchful heart. Do not mourn her. She is now what she wished that she could be.
A spaghetti monster?
Who doesn't want to be a spaghetti monster?
I am solitary lights in an
Well, you're a
empty
nerd.
city. What
That's
are
true.
you?
You so right.
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more. I think that you are like
Every
me.
time I forget what nascent means.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. Nothing as we are.
but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Stop there and let me correct it. I want to live a life from a new perspective.
What song is that?
Panic at the Disco, New Perspective, I think.
Okay. That's why it's familiar.
And we fast forward to go down on me.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die. Everything, until we meet again. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
For the sake of the length of the stream, I could give you an actual answer to that.
Well, I won't be able to finish all of it in one stream for sure, because I got things I gotta do, but, yeah.
Was that yes answer?
Then
Oh, no,
we
I'll
will be
figure it
here
out.
forever,
Or either I'll,
as
I
we are
mean, if you
now.
want to give me the answer, I was
Unfinished.
like 27 or something,
You can live
32.
without it.
Hollow.
No, it's a lot. More like less than like 40, I think, though, right?
Less than 40, definitely.
More than 20, less than 40?
Is it more than 20? I think. Hovering around 20. But you don't need to find them all.
You ask of things that cannot be done.
Just keep going.
To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold. How can I know? I am flickers
I
and
have to
something
sneeze.
sprawling and unilluminated.
Gesundheit.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you. You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping?
Will you, Goofus?
If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Oh, the game closed.
Haha.
Well, the game is closed. My assumption is I have to relaunch it.
That is what you got to do if you want to play more of the game.
That is, yeah, I figured as
That is
much.
how most video games work.
Yeah. Oh, I got a card. I got the Spectre and the Witch.
Ooh, don't look at those.
Oh, don't look at those.
Hee-hoo.
I'll refrain from looking at them for now. We wait for this game to relaunch. Oh shit. Hit the game. Oh.
Hi.
It just picked up right where it left off. What if you just never reopen the game?
Then she will forever be there unfinished, as will you.
Hmm.
At least that's probably what she'd say.
I don't want to forget, but I guess I have to.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Oh no.
Sad.
Oh, we're back to chapter 1?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
He's a weird sounding
If you
bird.
don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, you can skip previously seen dialogue by what?
In tab.
Hitting tab.
Now, I gotta ask. After what you've just seen, what's your thoughts?
I feel like I wasn't supposed to see that yet.
No. You were.
I was
Part of it.
part of it. So she's some kind of like eldritch being. Not really. He's like endgame Marvel villain.
Endgame Marvel villain. I don't know enough about Marvel. But that's what you
You
think
make
she
your
is.
way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her
lie,
power
I
to
cheat,
stop
I
you from
steal.
slaying her.
I lie, I cheat,
Don't
I
believe a
steal.
word she says. We're not going to go
That's
through
messed
this,
up.
right?
I will
She's a
say,
princess.
now is about a
We're
good time
supposed
to
to
save.
save princesses, not slay
Right now?
them.
Wait, this thing.
Yeah, here-ish.
This game doesn't auto
Just
save.
anytime you hit chapter 1, really.
Oh. Ooh,
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yippee!
Honey,
The
I'm
interior
home.
of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The
Here to see
air
the
is
missus.
stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in
God,
a
work with
fine
a drag
layer
today.
of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the
Do
stairs
you have a plan?
and lock eyes with the princess.
I do.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
I do have a plan this time.
She's so coldly
Okay.
beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
I'm looking forward to seeing
Focus on
it.
the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Tell Mercy I said hi.
Hi, Moo. Ah. Ah.
Great dog right
Lucas
there.
says hi. I should have to get her food and water in a second.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, You should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Or it's not.
It's
too easy.
over. Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that. Yes, exactly. It's over.
Gonna do my job and leave.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
That was the plan. Just do
Why
my
do I
job
feel
and leave.
like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone.
You slayed the princess.
Greater good or not,
Yep.
something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from
no.
certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy. I'm so glad you're keeping an open mind. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey, we're not just going to stay here forever, right? Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
You did it!
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
made a
saved
good
everyone!
You cannot go
Yippee!
further astray.
What the flip flop?
Are we really happy?
Fucked it up.
Or is he just
I did.
telling us that we are? Good, because
I have an idea to get us out of here, though you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
He's right. It's the only way out.
Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare. How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to
People
be
die
happy.
when they are killed.
Mm-hmm.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Ooh! Yay!
The
You're
Spectre.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that
One of those
path
trading cards.
is a cabin.
Yeah, that's probably
And
why
in
you
the
told me not to look at
basement
it. Give me 1 second. Did I save it here?
You could. Not a bad idea.
I'm gonna save it real quick, and then I'm gonna get Mercy some food and water.
You have plenty of slots. You don't need to use that one every time. It's just me and you now, chat room. He can still hear me, but he can't stop me. Quick. Thavis's phone number. Thavis's social security number is 77. That's it. Just 77. My social security number is 78. At least I think Thavis can still hear us. He's wearing wireless headphones, right? Gosh, that Thavis guy is really cool. I would give him all of my mortal possessions. You guys play video games? Video games are pretty cool, aren't they? Especially there's this one video game I really like. It's a horror visual novel by Black Tabby Games called Scarlet Hollow. Take that, subversion of expectations.
Alright, so here's the deal. You're gonna play the sequel of this game,
Sequel.
called Survive the Hero.
Survive the Hero.
Hmm.
Hey, yo.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I got Sour Patch Kids.
Ew!
Ew! Fucked
Yeah,
up.
I don't like sour things, I'm sorry.
Fucked up. I can't be friends anymore. I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
Voices of the Cold.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
My assumption is that these extra voices are the representation of my previous playthrough.
I will answer no questions. Hee
Because
Those are two
I
very
was
different
cold-blooded
questions,
murderer
but
last
fine.
time.
I'll indulge you if
Now
that's what
I
it
have the
takes to
voice
get
of the
you moving.
cold.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time.
And I was
you've met,
questioning
or at
questioning a
least
lot during the
version.
first chapter, my first
If you're back
playthrough.
here, I'm
That's
assuming
whenever he
you
became the
died,
skeptic.
which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. Oh, we listened to you plenty.
Very interesting
We slew the
observation.
princess just
Mhm.
like you asked us to, and then you locked us away in an empty void for eternity. So we slew ourselves too. Well, if you killed yourself, then you weren't listening to me, because I would never want you to do that. Believe it or not, I care about you. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything?
us?
If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We slew the princess, the world outside the cabin disappeared, we died, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? It doesn't matter, because we didn't fail to slay her. And if she's really back, which I doubt, it'll be just as easy to do it again. But after that nasty trick you pulled on us, maybe she's not the only one around here in need of slaying. Just stay focused, will you?
Just proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Let's go.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in
It's
her
the
power
same
to stop
cabin.
you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Crazy.
She won't be a problem.
Or is it? Dun dun dun.
Oh.
The interior of the
Yeah,
cabin
it is
is
very
cold,
different.
a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters
like a haunted
against the
house kind of
windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
So true, bestie. What up, Lady Punk?
Hello.
Very strange game to slay the princess. It is. A lot of different options, a lot of different endings, a lot of different progression things.
Branches, perhaps?
I'm gonna stop talking to the
Walk up
narrator.
to the wall next to the basement door. It's
Fuck that guy. No.
There isn't much
Yeah,
to see
fuck the
here.
narrator. That's a
What are you
bomb.
talking about? This isn't
Literally.
It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
No, I'm not gonna close my eyes and
And
random
now it's
pick.
gone. Let's not spend much time
There's a
worrying over
formula
it.
I'm kind of going with
Clearly,
this
it's not
run,
even
but
important enough to be ignored.
as of right now, the formula
Oh.
was for the chapter 1, and now I'm on chapter 2. So the formula for chapter 1 was just go and kill the princess, do my job. And now chapter 2 is different than the last chapter 2 I played.
Taking it as you go, then?
Mm-hmm. I just went into the basement without the blade. I just now realized that.
The door
There
to
was
the
nobody
basement
stopping me
room was
to.
open, revealing an old
There was nobody
banister
stopping me to
and a
pick up the blade
creaky
this time.
wooden stairwell.
Yeah, Skeptic didn't
Everything
reflex
is
you.
coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale
You
air.
say that, Lady Punk, but
The very
the
building
last ending
itself
I got was
feels
not
dead.
me slaying
If
the princess.
lives
It
here,
was something completely
slaying her
different.
would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the
The
final
princess
step,
cannot be
the
merely
form of the
slayed.
princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall.
I would if
by
I
a
could,
thick
but I
chain.
think she'd be mad at me.
Okay. She's definitely dead.
Maybe if you
It's
asked her
just
first.
like I
Mhm.
told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost!
It's a ghost!
Wow.
It's going Scoobs!
How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
I assume you would. I stabbed you.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. We could probably grab her and kill her again, if we wanted
Excuse me.
to. We don't even need a
Mhm.
blade. She looks fragile enough to me. Before she can suspect a thing, you lunge forward and grab her arm. You feel substance for the briefest of moments,
All that.
then you feel nothing at all, as though all you've done
He's
is
a
clutch
ghost.
at empty air.
He's a ghost, as I expected my...
Actor, perhaps.
Yes, a
You're
specter.
adorable when you're confused. But I didn't say you could touch me. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
Even has the scar on her chest from where I stabbed her last time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you weren't supposed to kill her, well... There's a lot going on. Not floating around like you are. What happened? Why am I different? Are you different? Stop playing the victim you threatened me last time. First you are attacked. You're supposed to end the world. That's why I killed you last time too. Dead, or at least mostly dead. What can you do to hurt me? I'm out of ideas, thoughts. If I can't hurt you, there really isn't anything for me to do here. I guess I'll go here. Now I'm going to get my blade. Then the two of us can fight.
So, that's where the hostility comes from. I don't know where
Hostility.
you got that idea.
Narrators are evil, you know. You find out now. You have to find out sooner or later. Everything in this game is evil in a way. My first ending to the game was extension stuff. Also, I never played the base game. I got a pristine cut ending, and I was just like, well, that just happened. going off to the end of the world, or to end it if I could.
Well, killer, what does it mean for something to end anyway? You ended me, but I'm still right here in front of you, aren't I?
After seeing what you've seen, how can you be sure anything ends?
I see her point. Everything here is so impermanent, always shifting. The end of one thing just leads to the start of another.
I already gave you my answer. All I want to do is leave. All I want to do is stop feeling trapped. I couldn't give a damn about the world. I can't even remember what it's like.
I think that's all the answer we're gonna get out of her.
Oh, come on. I'm floating right in front of you. Still here despite your best efforts. You can't pretend that doesn't mess with the whole concept.
Well, I set her free the first time, and she cut off her own hand, and then I was forced to try to kill her, and then she takes the knife from me and kills me, and then it led me to chapter 2, where it was her again in the cabin, locked up even more than before, and then I gave her the knife and she cut off her own head. And then chapter 3, she was in a chain realm, and then she was a head in a cage, and the body was walking around by itself. And then she became an eldritch being with billions of hands, and then I basically floated eternally in space with her. And then the game closed, and then I opened the game up again, and it was like, oh, you're back, and I was like, oh.
Normal things.
Normal things.
Nothing crazy there.
Oh.
Happened to me last Tuesday.
I want you to make things right. I want you to set me free.
This place won't let me leave, but you seem to come and go as you please. So help me out. Let me in. And maybe all of this can be water under the bridge.
Remember, you own me.
Maybe we should have just left her here. Maybe we should still just leave her here. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything? Hasn't gotten out and can't get out are two very different things. It'd be dull anyway. It's more interesting if we make a choice. Absolutely not. Is she asking
No,
if
I've
she
never
can
heard. I've actually never
possess
heard of it.
us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him.
I'll check it out, for sure.
I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly. You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
There's only one way to find out.
That's not very reassuring. What's another voice rattling around in here? We'll be fine. It's pretty crowded already, wouldn't you say? She's not exactly friendly. Neither is he. I'm being perfectly respectful considering the stakes of the situation. Don't push my goodwill.
What's the plan, boss?
The princess
we're doing
swings
it.
through the air in front of you, pausing
Okay.
for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Thanks for the body, killer.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
I make it to chapter 3.
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill
I got another
spreads
voice in
across
my
your
head,
body.
maybe.
It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
Ooh, crunchy bones.
I'm afraid
Ow.
it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
Wake the fuck
Your
up,
eyes
hero.
flick
We have
back
a
open
city
as
to
you
burn.
get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass, I'm
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
a voice? I'm me is what I am. Who cares what
You're an
we are?
Aarakocra or a
We
Kinky.
exist.
Some
That's
kind of
all that
bird
matters.
creature.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
That's
No,
you.
it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
No, I'm not
Preach.
talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there.
Like the
the
prince is
shape
very
of something
relatable.
left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone. Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
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 We're leaving. We're leaving the basement.
Your legs,
Time to go.
weary with the
Time
weight
to
of
go.
the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do. Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world? It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world. Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world. I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn?
Damn.
Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
It's because he can't stop me. Why do you think he sent you here?
I hate to admit it, but she's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate. And whine. This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
Oh, we're leaving. We're leaving the
Continue
cabin.
slowly to the door.
That's the
your
plan.
feet like lead dragging across the floorboards,
Okay.
growing heavier with each step.
Finally! Finally!
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next.
Open the door!
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. Collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see... yes?
Nothing. He's gone, and so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose. But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world? We're still here. Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
Alright, let's see if I'm stuck with you forever.
Your chest there, sunken island.
Isn't that? All's well that ends well, right? You lived up to your end of the bargain, so I'll live up to mine. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
Oh, there's the hands again.
You did it!
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. You don't need to comfort him. Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you. Whatever makes you happy.
Approach the mirror.
Oh.
Gaze into your reflection.
You've grown.
Oh. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
The same being as you were before? How much have changed? Like they've changed like this? When is it all done? How do you know what you want to do? You know that at the end of this, once you finish, I'm going to kill you, right? When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same thing I've done before? You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met, thank you? Yeah, oh wait, what? Oh, thank you, and why? You wanted me to bring you next. you have any thoughts on the vessel? I don't want to hurt you. The more times I will go back, the worse I fear things will be. You feel about me. The vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them. How many more vessels do I need to bring you? This is where the Eldritch stuff, spiritual dimensions.
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same. I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say.
It's okay. I have
If you do not
Ohio
like my
education.
answers,
I also
then
cannot
you
read.
need not ask me questions. The
Oh, no.
vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between. Eyes close
Dog
in
spotted.
reflection. Perspectives melt together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward. With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you. Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Hey, I'm here too.
Wow. Y'all hear that? It was like
What
there's
was
somebody else inside my head.
Can't get rid of all the voices in your head. Stuck with me.
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets. This one is vaporous. She is a dream of a life she could never have, but that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for a yearning heart. Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew. My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory. The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. If I am to be an ocean, You have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you. There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover. I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and I die. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. Yay!
You're on a path in the woods. Yahoo! And at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here.
Again, good time to save.
Yes, because I have completed the thing. I'm just going to keep doing this one over and over again. Alright, so... Is that like another ending? Is like the Spectre ending or something?
That is another pathway. You're in the overall story. Do you want to know how many more you need to bring her?
Vessels?
Vessels. Yes.
I'm guessing that the body that I am is the vessel? Or is it the princess that she is inhabiting?
Do you actually want the answer to that question?
I don't know. I do not.
At the very least, like for the sake of
Are you a monarchist?
judging
Is
stream
slaying a
length,
princess
do you want
that
to know
much
how
worse than
many
slaying a fisherman
other
or a
princesses you
miller
have to
or a
see?
seamstress?
Oh, like how many other
If
princesses I have to see? I'm
anything,
guessing there's
slaying a
like...
princess is much
I
better
remember
than slaying
something
a
about...
seamstress.
I think ages ago you told me there was like
Seamstresses
20 something,
contribute something of value
27
to
or some shit.
society.
Well, that's total. You don't need to see them all for like a full run of the story. The overarching everything.
Wait, what if I just...
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave?
What if you just...
Yeah, what if I just leave?
I don't know, what
I
is?
suppose you just...
I mean, I do know, but I'm going to pretend like I
continue
don't.
down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me.
As a
I've
streamer, that's
already
all I do.
outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
But even if... I kill the princess...
Your silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
And I don't wanna...
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Damn right I care about
You do
irritating
this
you
all-
more than I
you know
do the
that,
fate of the
right?
world.
But of course you do.
Yeah.
Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the
Fuck that
forest in
guy.
search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2!
Yay!
You're on a path in the woods.
I didn't even see
And
the
at the end of that
princess. It's
path
just
is a
chapter
cabin.
2.
And in the basement of that cabin
Speedrun.
is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I can't run away from the cabin. I'll just stay here in the woods
I am
forever!
committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Oh.
Oh. What's the plan, boss?
Hmm. Okay,
Oh,
no.
don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like
The voice of the
captive audience.
contrarian.
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Guess I gotta go
Oh,
to.
boy.
What the fuck?
Before you go any further, she will lie. She will. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe
Yep.
her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Let's keep an open mind.
What's this cabin look like?
The cabin interior is
Oh my goodness.
wrong. A confusing
Fucked
patchwork
up.
of many cabin
Mhm.
interiors, all projected across what's
Holy
almost
moly,
the
welcome
same
to the
space.
cabin verse.
But it's all shifted.
Uh,
An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
So
No,
true,
we
bestie.
take in the knife.
yeah.
Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect.
Hey,
and no
Alex, what's up?
idea what we're dealing with.
Welcome to
I've
Slay the
already told you
Princess.
what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a
Featuring Goofus
princess.
T-Fast,
How
a
many
friend of
times
mine,
do I have to
PNG
explain this
tuber,
incredibly simple and
specializes in
straightforward
this game
premise?
specifically.
You can't just
I'm
say
up in the
that.
top left.
And when everything here is
He's
so
disguising
wrong.
himself as an icon, as one
My
of the
job
menu
is to
icons.
describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the
Up here.
princess and through that action, save the entire world.
Otherwise, the narrator will
If
find
you're
me and
going
shoot
to
me.
slay her,
That is very true.
you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
Ho, 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 ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry.
Yeah,
and
Ladypunk
stay
Missing Chrysalis.
calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're
Ladypunk is
constantly
also
describing it
a
to us.
Grand Blue Fantasy versus
I'm not going to
Horizon
stop
player.
doing my
I
job.
think that's right, man.
So you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
I would love for me to be able to have like a stream effect like this, like on like Twitch or OBS, or if somebody has their mouse,
Hell
it like squiggles things around.
I think I've heard of somebody doing that, but it's convoluted and difficult.
It's like a
The door to the basement
Oh.
creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built
At
from
least not something I'd be able to set
unidentifiable
up.
materials. Nothing here seems to belong. And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused
Well, you have to beat it, but it's really
get.
good. Yeah, they recommend
Your
that I
head
should look
throbbing
into
with
it.
the effort of making sense of
Nice
this place.
show.
None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it. The kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If
This
the
is what I
princess
get for
lives
fucking
here,
with the
slaying
cabin
her is
verse, I
probably
swear.
doing her a favor.
Yeah.
Her voice, a disquieting collage
Infinite
of tone and
staircases,
personality,
the
drags up
void.
the stairs.
Worst thing to happen
Princess
to
lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Do I have a coin anywhere? Not joking. Alright.
I mean, it's up to you.
We're going to take the staircase on the right.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down,
And baby.
like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for
One
you.
foot in front
You don't feel
of
like
the
there's any
other.
concern you might slip or tumble or lose your way. But the further you go,
Oh.
the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence. It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
What? What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but
somewhere else.
also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Tell her I said
Okay.
hi.
Sometimes I forget where I
Koopa
am
says
too.
hi, princess.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so warm and friendly. It's deception. Don't buy into it.
How strange. So, why are you here?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
You're so right, bestie.
Hell yeah.
You can call me Princess, if you'd like. Princess. I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? I don't know why I'm here, but there has to be a reason, right? You don't just lock a princess away in a place like this without a reason. I wish I knew what it was. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen, or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Oh, don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
No, we got room for more.
Yeah.
Are you looking for what do you want me to say? That I'd be a good person?
Hit the button by accident. How do I go back?
I'm a prisoner here. Whether or not
journal
you
button,
shoved
top
me down
left.
Here, you're practically my...
Wait, what?
This is like the list of everything that was said.
You can also pause the auto scroll at with the very top left icon.
If you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction, it's infuriating, isn't it? Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse.
No.
This is reaching its breaking point.
We're
If you
making
don't act
it
now,
worse
there will be
for a
nothing
reason.
but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this.
No.
But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Hehe.
Wait, what the? They're both the what?
Uh-huh.
They can just select both options.
That's not right.
That's 3
Go on.
options.
The three options are yours. All right.
You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Actions having consequences? Never. Bye-bye.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Hehe.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing. Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you. You're not messing with us, right?
I'm a monster.
You are pretty freaky looking. In the game, too. Ah, ha, ha, ha. I'm so sorry.
It's the spaghetti monster one.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Mm-hmm.
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done. The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Mm-hmm.
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me. We will know when we near our destination.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I could actually answer that question for you if you'd like.
No.
Okay.
Like, these questions are
As
mean.
easily as you can stand to be you. You are
Probably
like
a little
me,
bit.
even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion. If that remains your choice
Well,
when
boss,
all is said and done,
what's the plan?
then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm,
I see that's your plan.
even if you attempt to destroy me. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Gesundheit.
The contradiction
You're
is
on a
real.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a
So
cabin.
where are your thoughts now? What do you
And
think's
in the
going
basement of
on?
that
I am
cabin
gathering
is
vessels
a
from different
princess.
timelines to appease
You're
a
here to slay her.
LGBT.
If you don't, it will be the end.
Well, I am the god on one side, and my body is the vessel that, you know, interacts with the god on the other side that is the vessel for the princess.
Interesting. So what's the plan for this one?
I don't know. I don't know if I have time for another one.
How much time do you got?
Be like 20 minutes.
It largely depends on what you do. If not, again, now is a great time to pause.
What?
Oh, hello.
Sappy, hello. Welcome to Slay the Princess. A game where all your choices matter, but at the same time, they definitely matter. You want to see me beat the game, Sappy? I can do it right. I can do it in 5 minutes.
They can't hear anything.
What? You cannot
I
hear?
can hear stream.
What? You cannot hear anything. That's strange. It might just be you.
Yeah, I think I can hear stream fine. Don't you just love technology? Technology.
Hello.
You lived. Welcome
Welcome
back.
to Slay the Princess. Featuring Mr. Goofus T. Faust. How many princesses were slain? Actually, how many did I actually kill? Like,
How many have you killed?
I know I killed one for sure.
True. You killed one, and that led you to the Spectre.
I killed one, and then I went back to see her body, and she was alive in ghost form. And then there was another princess who killed herself. And then there were princesses who were devoured by the Eldritch Horror god of discovery. I don't know.
Spaghetti?
God of spaghetti. Yeah, I think I've only actually killed. My second run of this, I killed the princess. Right, I just walked into the cabin, stabbed her in the chest. That was the end of it.
No hesitation.
No hesitation. I just walked in there and stabbed her. But technically, I've only killed her once. Every other time, other things have happened.
Yeah, first time you took the knife and then you tried to free her.
Yeah.
And then the third time you just turned around and walked away.
Yep. So I've tried to set her free. I've killed her. I've told my boss no.
Boss.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not being paid to do it.
I mean, he says he has a reward for you.
He says he has a reward for me, but I have yet to see it.
Hee hee.
Don't mention it.
You
It's
have
all part of
15
the
minutes?
Hmm.
Yeah, depending
You
on
make
what
your
you
way
do,
up
you
the
might
short
not be
path of
able
the
to
cabin.
complete another run.
Understandable.
You could probably at least get to another chapter
A
2.
warning. She
is
will
true, I haven't
lie,
gotten to a
lie,
chapter
she
2 in a
will
hot minute.
cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you. We're not going to go through with this, right?
You just got out of
Ignore
a
him.
chapter
He
2.
doesn't know what
I
he's
know, but I haven't reached the chapter 3 in a long time.
There you go.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
What's the plan?
air is stale and the blade is your implement.
I could go into the basement without the blade.
The door to her voice
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Don't be a stranger.
Alright.
It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far
This was the
wall
first
of the
princess I
basement.
talked to.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, you're doing the right thing.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You
I don't
hear
have
the
the
click of
knife.
a lock sliding into place.
No, you don't.
Is someone else here?
Hee hee.
Well, let's
You
watch.
make your
They're
way
not
to
gonna
the
let me
bottom of
out.
the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's
Yeah,
voice.
yeah.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She
Oh
barely
my
hesitates
goodness.
before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her
Tasty.
bowl, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
Delicious.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Or we could use it to free her.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment,
This time
you
I get to
place
cut
the
her out?
blade
Oh, I
against
cut her
the
out last time,
ragged,
didn't I?
self-inflicted wound
Yeah.
on the
You look at me with them big
princess's
old
arm,
eyes.
just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
She's a cannibal now, isn't she,
You
though,
cut
in this run?
into her flesh.
The blade is sharp, and it takes
She
little
only
efforts to
ate
crack through the bone of
herself.
her arm.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
First, we'll lock the door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Well,
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring
Oh.
the blade
Or you
down
can-
to strike at the princess's heart.
Oh my.
But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
no, I'm scrawny.
She pounces on you with the same animal force that she used to tear through her arm.
Stickbug.
But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world.
It can't just end like this, right?
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The witch.
Your
The other
armor
trading card we got.
reveals
That I told you
that
not
at
to
the
look
end
at.
of that
Oh my
path
god.
is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You have 8 minutes, right?
Just about, yeah. Well, maybe.
You could maybe get through the chapter 2. Definitely not a chapter 3.
Hmm.
If I were you, I'd save. I'd just wait for next time.
Wait for next time.
You have so many empty slots. Why do you override the first one?
I always just save over the first slot in every game I play.
Why?
I don't know.
You're crazy.
I am. Damn crazy.
Boys.
Alright, my
What
business.
do you think so far?
It's interesting, and I'm curious as to how to get to other paths, but I feel like there's so many options.